Jamaica's Cherokee Young is the world's best, but can she remain the best over the 400 meters? Welcome back to the channel, people. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Now go ahead, please hit that subscribe button so we can continue to grow. When you do that, go in and hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops, which is at least once a day here on Peter Lloyd World. Also, if you enjoy the content, please hit that like button, and finally, leave your thoughts. After this, sports commentary, and then we take a look at your comments. So stay to the end. You just may hear from yourself. When ready? Yep, good to go. Jamaica has been producing an amazing crop of 400-meter runners lately, and currently the world's fastest over the 400-meter is none other than our very own idolized former track champion, Cherokee Young, with a world-leading time of 49.87, which she ran recently at the Tom Jones Memorial Invitational. Cherokee Young, who is a fixture here on Peter Lloyd World, continued her fine form to start this season by winning the women's college 400 meters in a personal best and world-leading time of 49.87 seconds at the Tom Jones Memorial Invitational in Gainesville, Florida. The athlete who competes for Texas A&M finished comfortably ahead of her teammate Tyra Robinson Jones, who ran 50.89 to take second, and Florida's Talitha Diggs, who ran 51.93 to take third. This world leading time puts her just ahead of the Olympic gold medalist Shauna Miller-Weibo from the Bahamas, with Cherokee Young's 49.87 putting her in the first driver's seat in terms of the world's fastest, ahead of Shauna Miller-Weibo's 49.91, who's in second place. Then Britton Wilson of the USA in third position with a time of 50.05, and in fourth position, Jamaica's very own Stacey Ann Williams, who recently won the Big 12 outdoor track and field competition to run with that personal record and fourth fastest time of the world thus far for 2022, a time of 50.21 seconds. I should also note that Britton Wilson of the United States 50.05 is her winning time, which she recently did at SEC Outdoors National Championships, beating Cherokee Young in the process. Cherokee Young's win at the Tom Jones Memorial Invitational, where she laid down that 49.87 world leading time, was absolutely exquisite. She completely dominated that field, winning by a clear 10 meters. Now, Young's world-leading time puts her on a collision course with the two-time 400-meter Olympic gold medalist Shauna Miller-Weibo of the Bahamas. Now, the Bahamian two-time Olympic 400-meter champion opened her 2022 outdoor season with a win in the Olympic development 400 meters with Miller-Weibo. Ran the second fastest time thus far in the world of 49.91, and was absolutely dominant, also winning by a clear 10 meters. There's also Britton Wilson of the United States, who recently ran and won 2 SEC titles, both the women's 400 meters and the women's 400 meter hurdles. In the process, over the 400 meters, she produced an Arkansas record of 50.05 in the 400 meters, and in the process beat Cherokee Young into second place. Now, this young lady is also one that we have to keep our eyes on if Young is going to maintain her world-leading time. Cherokee Young was bested on this occasion by Britton Wilson. Young ran 50.45 to take second, ahead of Alexis Holmes, who ran 50.74 to take third. And then, of course, in the fourth position is Jamaica's very own Stacey Ann Williams, who recently at the Big 12 retained her previous title from last year, that is, and also produced the fourth fastest women's 400 meter thus far this year of 50.21, which is now her own, that is Stacey Ann Williams' own personal record over the women's 400 meters. Now, we started to feature Charokee Young last year when we realized how her 400 meter times were improving almost exponentially, just remarkable improvements in her time. And she has been consistent since 2021, and it's just getting better and better and better. I say this to say that, I mean, when she did her breakthrough run, meaning when she broke that 50-second barrier, it was I'm trying to remember where this was now. This was at the Texas A&M University versus University of Texas duel at the College Station. So currently, Jamaica's Charokee Young is the fastest woman over the 400 meters globally. A collegiate student, that's a big deal. 49.87 for a collegiate athlete is a huge thing, people. But clearly, the person that we have to look at the most presently is Shauna Miller-Weber, the two-time 400 meter gold medalist at the Olympics, and a young lady who in a recent interview stated that she's very confident that she'll be running sub 48 this year because she has changed her running technique over the 400 meters. And that 49.91 looked rather comfortable. It was a really great run. How do we manage a talent like a Charokee Young to ensure that when she comes to the national trials this year, what happened to her last year, because I don't know if you're aware of this. Last year when she came to the national trials, she was completely spent. She was burnt out. It was obvious. But the problem is the collegiate system, when you get a scholarship to one of these universities, their primary focus is that you do well in the collegiate system. They don't care about national trials for whichever country you come from. That's not their concern. So you are obligated as an athlete to represent that university. In an interview, Charokee Young said, I think it was Sports Max, that she's fine, she's feeling fine, she's not worried about being burnt out. But I also remember that they said she had already ran 15 races thus far. That's a lot of races. And she had more races to go. She is the world's best, and I believe at the rate at which she has been improving, if we find a way to manage the excessive amount of runs that she has as a collegiate student, we could be looking at someone who could probably she could run a sub 48. Because if you watch her progress, check our previous videos on her improvements has just been phenomenal in the last 2 years. I mean, you know, to run, she started out running, I think it was 53s, and now she's running 49.87. She has tremendous growth potential, people. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents. How do we manage, how do we ensure that when she gets to our national trials later this year, that she's fresh, she has fresh legs, and she's able to produce these times and faster? Because I think she is a possible world champion. I genuinely believe this. All right, that's why I've been following her for the last 2 years. Okay, so let's take a look at your previous comments about Charokee Young on a previous video. Philip Beckford wrote, "That's really good news. Good going from our beautiful, strong Jamaican queen, which is blazing up the track, and hopefully she will continue for the rest of the season to do so. And I can't wait for her to go pro and continue her success. Bless up, Lion." As one, the soloist wrote, "Charokee Young is stunning on the track. She's definitely talented, and she runs completely through the race all the way down to the finish. Her straightaway stride is excellent. with what appears to be a change of gear, and she turns it up a notch. She has amazing stamina, a terrific sprinter, and fun to watch. I keep your eyes on this one. Bless up, Jazzy Eye. Jazz One, the soloist. Queen Verna calmly wrote, yes, she's doing very well on the US collegiate scene. Our athletes who train in the US are usually tired by the time it's our national championships. Yep, I can't agree anymore, Queen Verna. And finally, Marcia Young says, yes, Nisi, go get them. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button so we can continue to grow here at Peter Lloyd World. Hit the notification bell. Hit the like button if you enjoy the content. And leave your comments, kings and queens. Bless up!